Welcome back to Football Coach, episode 68. We're heading into our matchup with SMU, who is 4-1 all time against us, but 4 out of the 5 times we've played, it has been close. We just squeaked out a victory last season, but that was SMU's best record in quite some time. They've actually had a few bad seasons of late, and they're having another bad one right now. They're just 2-4 right now, but they're also 2-2 in conference. So it's not like they're doing that poorly. They've just struggled with their out-of-conference games, as have we. On paper, things are looking pretty close, pretty balanced. The spread is pick 'em, so it really could go either way. But we're at home with a limited chance of rain. Let's kind of go with the fingers crossed that it doesn't rain, as I've had a bad history of that since they introduced the weather update. As we pick up with second quarter, not a bad start. We have a lead, though slender. It's 3-0. SMU with ball, 3rd and 6. Field position very much favoring us. Let's see if we can get a stop. And we do with the punt. That's going to give us pretty good field position starting from the 35. Looks like we've been a little medium pass heavy, as normally it's like mid-second quarter before I start to see any punishment for play selection. So let's go with short instead. That's incomplete. We want to go right back to short. Let's not. Let's play action and push deeper. That doesn't work either. And not only does the third down not work, it ends up in an interception. Yikes on that part. Really poor start to us picking up the gameplay, at least offensively, as we do worse than 3 and out. We turn it over. The interception is by their safety, and now they have the good field position. At least we got the stop on one. Kind of get the stop on 2. It's a 3rd and short. Gap press does not hold them, but we're able to hold them on the first down on the next drive. You know what? That's okay. Zone is going to be okay from time to time. Cover 2 man on 3rd and 5. There's a stop. 48-yard field goal with just a 25% chance of making it. They do. Yowzer. Bad kicker, good kick. Tie score. Okay, halfback mid-draw works a little bit better there. We want to go to the 4 verticals, which is definitely not the direction to go right now. Tight end under could be up for... Oh, man, come on. Not an interception. It's a completed pass. But the tight end who caught it, Connor Frost, fumbles it. He gets hit hard by the linebacker after making the catch. Lawson forces it, picks it up, and returns it 8 yards. And we have our second turnover in as many drives. We get a stop on first down, but they get a good gain after that. We're setting up 3rd and 4 here. We stop them. 28-yard field goal. This time 95% chance. As poorly as the last 2 offensive drives have gone, defense seems to be playing pretty well today. That's 9 yards on first down. Stick not only gets the first, but the deep shot works. We get 33 to Harris. We needed that. You want to go back to the exact same play? I do not want to go back to the exact same play. We can put it on the ground for 3. Quick slants. Not sure why I'm getting punished for short plays at the moment. How many have we run? 2? In 3 drives? What about that suggests that we need to be punished? We are leaning more pass. I don't know. Smash digs. 3rd turnover in a row. If we can get out of this drive without any points, it's going to be a miracle. Our defense will 100% have been responsible for keeping us in this game. And the offense is going to have some major questions to answer, regardless of what happens on this drive. They already have that. And right now, SMU is marching the ball. Another first down. We've gone mostly with man-to-man here, but the couple plays that haven't, nothing is stopping the ball at the moment. So there's a stop. 3rd and 9. No, that's a first down. First and goal. Touchdown. Now the momentum swing is complete. And we're down to a minute and a half left, which is just about enough time. We're up tempo. We have 2 timeouts. But medium pass is getting punished. We're already leaning more pass. Shallow cross. Oh, huge play there. Kawhi, 54 yards from Davis, and runs out of the bounds to stop the clock. Minute 21 left, so tons of time. 21 yards to go. Yeah, run pass option from here. No. Smash. Hey, touchdown. There's an answer. There's your stop the bleed. That was 3 straight turnovers. Offense wakes up. 13-10. We're still in this game. Minute to go in the half, and they have all 3 timeouts, so there's actually still a real shot here. Zone might not be a bad way to go at the moment, as that can generally stop any big plays as you have more guys kind of covering area. 3rd and 1, though. Let's focus more on stopping the first down if we can, but we do not. Buzz drop. 30 seconds left, and they're out of timeouts, by the way. And now it's 3rd and 5. Cover 1 robber. Punt. Okay, we'll take it to halftime. We get the ball to start the second half with that nasty sequence of the second quarter that we righted that ship there in the final minute, 2 minutes of the half. Much better through that stretch. Let's try to go to the ground for a little bit. Halfback mid-draw. There we go. Strong flood. That's a good call. No. Curl flats. No. And we punt. Apparently I should have stuck it to the ground. Okay, we stop him on first. Wallstud. Okay. Gap. No. It's 3rd and long. We do not need a massive gap press. What we need is cover 2 man. Give up a little bit of yardage, 6 yards, but stop them from getting anything deep. Make the tackle, and it's our ball. That's how you play that game. Stick worked great last time. Nothing this time. Curls. Okay, that's enough for a first down. And then you want to go right back to stick again. That was like the 4th time they tried to call that in the last about 10 plays. Let's play action this thing. Boot. I don't want to do a boot. Is that all we have for play action? Fake screen wheel. There you go. There's your different type of play. That does work out. 14 yards. Again, they want to go back to tight end stick. They are in love. Too many. Switch it up. Jet sweep. Nothing. Tempted to go ground again, but smash digs. We need a first down here. Can't get it. Deep shot. Can't get that either. We punt. Don't even pin them anywhere near as deep as I was hoping on the occasion. But we're going to set up a 3rd and 7. Let's go man-to-man here, though. Cover 1 hole. They just get the first. Another 3rd down scenario. I like 5 guys at the line. Can't get the stop, though. And suddenly they're marching. Not suddenly. It's been building, right? Okay, stop there. 3rd and long. Field goal defense, 46-yarder, 40% chance. They make it, but we're still less than a score behind. After that pitiful second quarter, we're somewhere, but we need our offense to wake up because it's incomplete right now. How bad is it? Davis, yeah, below 50%. And still over 7 yards per attempt. Slot outs. Slot drive. Hey, we got a first. Mid-draw, that works. No, we are not going for a double pen. So go short. Curl flats with the running back dump off. No. Curl flats with the running back cut back. No. Fake screen wheel. Does work this time. Outside zone. Got to put it on the ground. Drive, yes, but no. Let's go to the ground again. And this time, let's take an option run. Midline read option. Yes. Gained 1. 1 yard. McClure. Hey, 3rd and 1. No. Let's be intentional. Get the push of our offensive line to force the first down, and they do. We're in the red zone. Inside zone. Stick. We're still getting punished. We're still leaning past, but I feel like we haven't even run a pass play in this drive. Maybe one. Smash corners. Chance for the end zone. Or a number of short dump-offs that would set up a 3rd and short. It wasn't even the corner of the end zone. It was the dump-off to Ian Tate down the middle. But apparently they forgot to cover him, or he just did really good on that run after the catch. It's 17-16. We're in the lead with 16 to play. Defense has been holding pretty dang well. Besides the one drive that we couldn't halt. Into the 4th. We've been doing a lot of zone thanks to the AI here in the last little bit. Let's only rush 3. That worked. They went to the ground too. That was a weird thing there, but we held them. In fact, not only held them, but got them in the backfield when only 3 guys rushed. 3rd and 11. No, not that kind of soft zone. Too soft of a zone. All right. Cover 3 buzz drop. We're going to send 3 on this occasion. Zone's not our strong suit, but sometimes it can work when it's obvious that they're going to pass, and it works here. They punt. We get a decent return out of that after a really good punt. Brought it down to the 4-yard line. Halfback mid-draw. First down. Halfback slam. Only 1. We seem to be doing better on the draws than the just straight at you. But 3rd and 8 here. Got to go to the air and end up punting. Definitely not time-wasting era of the game. Hello. I totally missed this. I was about to sim the next play, and then it was like, wait, that's my offense. We punt 44 yards, and their running back, Lester, muffs the punt, and we recover. We get the ball at the 25-yard line. Whew, okay. Quick slants. No. Halfback zone weak. Yes. 3rd and short. Halfback mid-draw on this occasion. That did work. I was tempted to change it, but it was like, no, I could see that functioning. For one, it's helping us with clock. We're killing some clock right now, but obviously we need a score. We need to be up by 8 before we can really start thinking about clock killing in this game. That goes backwards though. Curl combo. Okay, sets up a 3rd and manageable 6. Those could all result in what we need them to, but it doesn't. 95% chance to go up by... Yes, because you're getting them out of field goal distance. I'll take that. And if they do turn around and score, a field goal ties. So that... All right, if they get a touchdown, right? If they put it in the end zone, a field goal ties. So yes, you do take a field goal in that situation. You don't go for it on 4th. 10 minutes left. Slender lead. Definite chance here. Nickel blitz. Oh, man. Iffy. Send in 5. I'm going to do it. They were definitely sending it to the house. I'm glad they dumped it off underneath. We held them to 5, but we don't need to go right back to it. Let's get cover 1 contain. Hey! Running back Thomas Cook fumbles the ball, so we are returning the favor. The bad second quarter we've had is starting to turn into a pretty rough one for them. We're up 4, and I think we could actually really start to chew clock, because I think we can put ourselves up 7 quite easily. 21 yards out. We're already in a chip-in field goal type scenario, almost chip-in field goal scenario. So outside zone, that's 7. The AI's favorite play. They want to go right back to it. One definitely goes into the end zone. The other is all dump off short for the first down. And I've changed it every other time. I changed it every other time since early on. I was not a fan of it. I finally was like, okay, AI, here you go. And Davis intercepts to a D lineman. To a D lineman. That's your probably defensive end jumping up and catching that. I doubt that it's not coverage. That is pressure. That is pressure. We didn't kill any clock at all. Well, barely any. And we come out with no points. And probably give some momentum back, too. They got a first. 2nd and 8. Remember, zone is not our friend. But we're looking a little better here. I don't think they're going to go deep. Cover 2 man. Stops him. Punt. Punt with 6 minutes left. All right. Well, those automatic points did not do us any favors. But suddenly, Chew Clock is our friend. We're late enough that Chew Clock is our friend. Halfback mid-draw. You want to go on a short pass that's penalized? Let's not, but I don't trust our running back that much. Halfback stretch. Thank you. Under 5 minutes. Under 5 minutes. They have all their timeouts. Smash quarters in this scenario. Play action. If you're going to push deep, you might as well fake that you're going to hand off. And take a 8-yard sack instead. Davis forgot to throw the ball. 2nd and 18. 4 minutes left. I think we're more in the Chew Clock kind of. A short pass isn't going to do us any good right here. You're either going to kill clock, or you kill clock, or you gain something a little more significant. So tight end attack could get us half the yardage we need to set up a manageable 3rd down, or the one guy going deep. There you go. Okay, see? You gain back 10, you give yourselves a manageable 3rd down. Smash digs, we're down to 3.5 minutes already. We do need to go to the air, though, because I think right now a 1st down is more important than an extra 25 seconds off the clock, which, I mean, they have the timeout, so they could easily use one. So smash digs it is. Smash digs works. 18 yards on that one to Hope. 1st down. Now you go back to the ground with 2:42 and kill that clock. We gain 3. There's the first time out. 2-minute warning as well. Inside zone does not work. Halfback sweep is probably not going to work. And I think we're a little bit long for the... I don't think we've necessarily killed enough clock. I think we need to be going for a 1st down. Or do we go for it on 4th if we set up a manageable 1st? That'll do it. That'll do it. We got the 7 yards we needed. Exactly. Harry Grant gets the job done. That's their last time out. However, there's only 1:49 left, and we can take a knee and end this thing. 2016 final. That's a victory. That is a victory over SMU. 2 in a row as well. That was close. Defense. Defense are your winners for the day, though. It is not the offense. The offense did wake up when they needed to. 300 passing yards, really helping out with that, even though the completion rates were not good. We got the yardage when we got the completions for the most part. They are a run-first team, and they ran the ball, but their yards per attempt was only just slightly higher than ours. 50% on 3rd held them to something up a bit better than that. The turnovers really hurt, but timing of turnovers made a difference. We had those 3 in a row, survived that nightmare. I mean, we gave up, 10 points from those 3 turnovers, I believe. Could have been worse. Could have been a lot worse. But for the most part, I mean, it was 1 touchdown and a bunch of field goals. That 1 sack was the only of the day. 3 interceptions for Davis, but he did have 2 touchdowns. Never got beyond 50%. It was kind of a rough day for him, but he got 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. It was kind of the weird trade-off. Grant, pretty decent day. 6 yards per carry, almost 100 yards, just 14 carries there. But even though he had no touchdowns and none of his teammates had touchdowns, neither did they. They got that 200 yards. They got that 200, but they never did do anything with it. They really spread the load between their 3 running backs, and None of them. The best carry average was 4. A jet sweep ran for 16, and that was there. Our jet sweep went for nothing. They tried it once, we tried it once. Theirs worked really well, ours did not. Only one receiver today with 100 yards. Coy, 5, but 9 targets. Barnett, 2 catches on 8 targets. Same with Wooten. Really rough day for a few of the receivers. Frost's fumble, that one definitely hurt, but we got 2 back from them pretty late, both running backs. 9 tackles for a loss compared to their 3. They did have the 1 sack and the 1 forced fumble, and the big thing was the 3 interceptions. Both kickers perfect on the day. Both did what they were asked to do, but the real difference in this game, we scored equal number of times, but we put it in the end zone once versus their extra field goal once, and that being the difference. Well, a little give and take after this game. We had a minor injury to one of our safeties. He's back to full strength, but he wasn't hurting that bad. But top lineman, 84 overall, Victor Shelby, is going to go down with a major injury for the next 3 weeks. I think I might have a bye week here. And Cincinnati, who were in the top 10 and are only 3-4 right now, so really struggling. Not that I think we have a chance in that game, but if that's 2 of our 3 weeks, at least we'll get Shelby back relatively soon. But at 4-3, it's not like we have that much left of our season. And yes, there is confirmation. Bye week, Cincinnati at home, and then Tulane after that. So we will miss him for the Tulane game, but we are at home at least for that one. So in fact, it's a stretch where we're at home kind of throughout. I'm not saying anything's likely at this point, but at the moment at least, South Florida is struggling a little bit. 3-2 in the conference. SMU is definitely struggling. Memphis is struggling. And we find ourselves at 4-1, the South Division leader. And it's Hawaii, who is behind us in the rankings. I don't expect them to stay there. It's the South Florida conundrum that is still the favorite to win the division, and I could very well see us finishing in second place. North Division has your mix of teams that are really, really struggling and 2 that have had a very, very strong start to their seasons. Normally, I would skip right past this game, but there's a couple things for me that just gives me that feeling that, hey, maybe we should get involved. One, Cincinnati's really struggling, and even though they are talented at 83, we have an 83 on offense. I mean, it's not like they have a massive advantage over us. 2, we're at home. Might give us a little bit more of a chance here. 3, they're only just slightly favorites after all the struggles that they have had. And then probably more importantly, because no, I don't think we're going to win this game, and I think we could end up getting blown out potentially, or at least lose comfortably. I do have 2 guys with some promises that I feel like I could influence a little bit today and make some progress with, but not if I quick sim. Unless I put them at the head of the depth chart, which would then only ensure that we would actually be losing. So let's see what happens with this game a little bit. Sad part, it is raining, but only light and no wind, so it shouldn't impact things too much. Let's start with second quarter, where we're only down 7-6 and with the ball starting to move. Bubble screen works. That's a first down. We're already at midfield. Halfback draw gets us past midfield. Tight end attack, slight penalty, slant, slight penalty, but it's a punt. Gap press, goes aggressive, does not work. Now looking at 3rd and 2. Cover 2 sink, stops them. We get the ball back. Inside switch. I like the play even though it's a slight penalty, and it works. 20 yards. Play option. Okay. Quick slants. No. Let's go with inside zone. First down. Corner strike. No. Fullback inside. Yes. Run play option. First down. Fullback inside. Outside zone. Inside zone. 4th and 1. 95% chance and chance to take the lead, or we'd be more aggressive. And against a team like this, you have to be more aggressive and turn it over. But 3 and out and get good field position to keep on trying. and have 2 plays and 2 first downs and a halfback mid-draw inside zone. We're 3rd and 4. Here we go again. Touchdown. There you go. 13-7. Kind of glad I decided to be more aggressive because here's what's happening, right? Yeah, it could be 16-7 had we gone for the field goal, but this is what Cincinnati's capable of. 3rd and 12. That's kind of a good play for the circumstances here to hold them to a field goal, and we lead. Yikes on the going for it there. Why? That is not a good return option. 2nd and 8. 3rd and 5. Halftime. That was the end of the half. Okay. Second half. They did kick to begin the game. Okay. We lost the toss. Hey, tight end Goins with the fumble, and it's Derek Willis who forced it and picked it up and returned it 21 yards. Great field position here, and we score on the first play. Hope, 14 yards from Davis, and it's 20-10. It is 20-10. Cover 2 man, but here this has been evident in the last couple of drives. Field goal defense steps up and stops them. No points. And we're moving the ball. Strong flood. Yes, we move the ball again. Jet sweep. Historically, it does not work very well for me. It works well for our opponents, though. Here it does get 13. It's a first down at least. Fullback inside. Halfback zone weak. Bubble screen. 40-yard field goal. 13-point lead. We'll have to go for 2 if we get another touchdown. 2nd and 3. Another first down. Yes! Oh my gosh, the wet weather is helping us. Bradley Rogers fumbles. Adam Padaway, the linebacker, forcing that one and picking it up. Padaway. And returning it 4 yards, giving us midfield position. And we're up 23-10. All hitches going short. No. 46 wide cross. Does get the first. Slants. Inside zone. First down. Deep curls. First down again. Halfback draw. We're in the red zone. Tight end under. Yes. 1st and goal. Halfback mid draw. Touchdown. 29-10. We're up 19. We are up 19. We are going to change the play. I'd like to get us up 21 if possible. We want to go for a short pass. Quick slants. Got it. 31-10. We lead by 3 touchdowns. End of the 3rd quarter. 3rd and 7. Let's not engage 8. I don't think we're going to get that much pressure on him anyway. So we'll go more defensive here. That doesn't hold him. The engage 8 does seem to work as it evident of the next play. 16-yard rush. Ouch. We should be trying to slow them down, which actually does mean kind of playing more defensive, right? Slant weak. 3rd and 3. Outside linebacker blitz. Almost stops them, but not quite. They got the 3. Touchdown. They got 1 back. They're going to go for 2? They're going to go for 2? Why would you go for 2 here? That doesn't make sense. That's why I extended it to 21. We stop them. So now we're up by 15. With 10:40 left. Heck of a return there. Auto manage clock. Chew that clock. Chomp, 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 chomp. Halfback sweep. No. Corner string. Yeah, it's not time to be just on the ground. And the air works, right? 25 yards. Y corner. But we still want to go to the ground more than the air. So take the first down. Play action. But a bubble screen normally is a pretty easy completion. At least gets the clock running. But no, 3rd and 11. Shallow cross is a good play for 3rd and 11. We got it under 8 minutes. Really poor punt, though. It goes for a touchback. So we really didn't net a lot of yards on that one. Cover 1. Mid blitz. Cover 3 cloud. Punt. Under 7 minutes to play. Short pass is good. Let's go to the outside run. Halfback sweep weak. First down. 6 minutes. Inside zone. Slot drive. It's good. 3rd down. It works. Moving the ball, 4.5 minutes left. This is almost done, folks. This is almost done. We're going to beat Cincinnati. Halfback zone weak? No. That's our first time out. Halfback off tackle. This is field goal kind of territory and kill clock. We're get 8 yards on the ground and get the first down to extend a little bit further. 2 minutes, no timeouts. Halfback off tackle. Goal line run. Halfback dive. Touchdown. 38-16 with a minute and a half left. Gap press. Put a little pressure on that quarterback, sure. Or cover 3. It's like one or the other, right? Play deep or get some pressure on him. There's some pressure. Engage 8. No, that one works. Cover 3 sky. That one works. But there's 19 seconds left. Can we... No, this is not a good call. From the 9-yard line on first and goal. Let's change that. Cover 4 quarters? Yeah, okay. Nope, doesn't work. But we're up 15. Onside kick with 10 seconds left. It's fine. We win it. End of the game. Not a fan of how the last drive went that we couldn't stop them, but we win 38-23 over Cincinnati. We go to 5-3. My goal was 6 wins on the year, and we have a lot of opportunities to now make that happen. They outgained us. They outdid us per play, but we kept drives alive. Passing yards, almost identical, though we attempted a lot more than they did. Rush yards, pretty dang close, with similar number of attempts. First downs, that's where we actually won, right? We were just a little behind. That's where we came out ahead. 14 passing first downs. 7 for 15, while they were just 4 for 12 on third. That's your difference, plus the 3 turnovers. Davis, definitely better today than that last game. Did just enough. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. 23 of 39, a little bit better than that 50%, but not great on the day. Grant had a couple really huge plays for us, even though he had no touchdowns. McLaurin Tate did. I never got a chance to focus on those 2 guys because we were focused on winning. Tate, though, did get 6 carries, and he is one of those guys. And he's 40-plus, needs 50 on the year. He's getting pretty close to that. The other one is our third tight end. He did not get a target today, though, so sadly we did not progress him at all, and he's quite a ways off his target, so I think we'll take a negative there. They did miss a field goal today. We were perfect, but we also had that bad punt that went for a touchback, but outside of that, solid day. They only had 4 tackles for a loss. We moved the ball forward throughout the day. 11 pass deflections, 5 by Matthews. Yikes on that part, but again, we stopped them for negative plays on a fairly regular basis. I mean, that is quite often, better than 15% of the time. Plus the forced fumbles and the interception. And our first signing of the year is ready to go. And I don't think this is one that's going to go for us. It's Navy. Yeah, way behind actually. It looked a lot closer on paper than that, but the actual, not so much. So we set up 3 really hard out-of-conference games for a little extra cash this year and make some progress going, well, maybe this isn't going to be like last year, but at least we can move things along a little bit. Well, we find ourselves 1 win away from the mark that I set for the season. We win one of those out-of-conference games, and we're having a good league record so far at 4-1. 0 signings on the season so far, but this is like the second guy. We're just getting started on that, so I'm not too worried about things yet, but there's a lot of battles that we're a little bit behind on. But it's things like that. It's beating a team that started the season in the top 10 that can really help you out. We're going to have to take care of business in the next 2, though, which would already put us ahead of our win mark for the year. Then you got a difficult South Florida game to travel on the road, but they're struggling this season. You never know what could happen, but we've got to win the next 2. Hawaii and South Florida still just behind us. It looks like everybody had a bye week. Yeah, everybody in the conference had a bye week, at least for the conference. So they all did their out-of-conference games this week. For the moment, we also find ourselves ranked higher than we have ever been at 36th. Other things to keep an eye out for: we have $3 million on the line to beat Hawaii. We've already achieved a 750K bonus, 1.3 million on the line to get somebody to 690 yards. They need a couple hundred more. Definitely a possibility that could happen. But as for the 50 carries for Tate, he's at 44 now, so just 6 more, and I can actually bump Tate down. He's like my 4th or 5th running back, but he's only a point behind other guys, so we've been putting him in the mix, getting him what he needs. He's actually been doing pretty okay outside of the one fumble that he's had. He's done decently. He has really done decently. But we may end up switching that up and putting the guys that are slightly ahead of him once he gets his 50. This is the one that's not happening. Connor Frost, he was the guy who fumbled in that other game after making the catch, so it was just his 4th target and 3rd reception of the year, and he fumbled it. He's got to get to 20. He needs 16 more targets. I don't see that happening, so I think we're going to lose the 6 integrity there, but we'll still even things out between +2 for Tate, and yeah, we'll be fine on the coach integrity. Shelby has 1 week left, though, so we're going to have to play without him against Tulane, but we just beat Cincinnati without him. So right now, we're looking pretty okay. That was a pretty healthy Cincinnati, too. They only had 2 minor injuries. It was all really, really good position here. It's only been 2 games. However, the state of affairs, considering the 2 opponents that we just played and beat, I think this is a great stopping point for this episode. Cannot believe just how good things are going. 2 difficult challenges, 2 victories, hard fought, and the Cincinnati one actually ended up being quite comfortable. Did not expect that. We have a good offense, but our defense has been stepping up. They have played well, especially by focusing a lot of our play calling on that man-to-man, where they are quite good. It's that zone that's a big weakness, but otherwise I think their rating would be a bit higher, and we're focusing on the thing that makes it a bit higher and has made them be quite a bit more successful. That's going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.